Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Exploring Middle-earth. Now in today's episode, we'll be discussing Celebrimbor, the Smith of Eregion. Now, Celebrimbor was the son of the fifth son of Faenor, who was the greatest smith in Middle-earth. During the Second Age, he led a group of elves to Eregion and established a settlement there. Now the elves in Eregion had a very good relationship with the Dwarves of Khazad Dum, possibly because both factions were interested in smithing and they lived in close proximity to each other. As a side note, Celebrimbor was actually the smith who did the inscription over the Moria Gate. During the year 1500 of the Second Age, Sauron visited Eregion under a false name and appearance. He called himself Annatar, which meant Lord of Gifts, and he took the appearance of a fair lord. He claimed that he was sent by the Valar to instruct the elves in ring making. Now Celebrimbor at first distrusted him. However, the other smiths of Eregion were deceived. Thus, Celebrimbor and Sauron started to work together, and they first made the lesser 16 rings as practice, 9 of which were given to men and 7 to dwarfs. Celebrimbor then made the 3 elven rings without Sauron's help, and after Sauron forged the one ring in secret and empowered it to have control over all the other ring bearers. Now, since the 3 elven rings were made by Celebrimbor alone, they were uncorrupted by Sauron, unlike the rings of men, which turned them into ring wraiths, and the rings of the dwarfs, which made them extremely greedy. However, they were still subject to the One Ring's power, and thus the One Ring could still control them. Sauron then demanded that Celebrimbor give him all the other rings, but Celebrimbor refused, and instead sent the 3 elven rings for safekeeping. He gave 2 to Gil-galad, the High King of the Noldor, and 1 to Galadriel. In retaliation, Sauron attacked Eregion and left a barren wasteland in its stead. Celebrimbor was captured and tortured for information, and he disclosed the location of the lesser rings, but he refused to give up where the elven rings were. After, Celebrimbor died from the torture, and his body was shot with arrows, hung from a pole, and it was used as a banner when Sauron attacked the elves. So this wraps up the story of Celebrimbor. If you want to read further material that isn't canon, which means it's not accepted by Tolkien or written by Tolkien, you can check out some cutscenes from the game Shadow of Mordor, which involves Celebrimbor. Apart from this, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like these type of videos, I'd recommend you to subscribe since I'm posting them often, and if you can like this, I'd appreciate it, cause it really helps. Thank you as always, and have a great day, guys.